The Osbourne family is riding high after that legendary Back to the Beginning concert, all for charity, celebrating the iconic legacy of Black Sabbath and, of course, Ozzy Osbourne's final show. Now, in recent years, there's been a lot of discussion about Ozzy's health as he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's and also numerous surgeries as well, with the result being, unfortunately, that Ozzy isn't able to tour or perform anymore. But there's a big difference between being unable to travel around the world performing live for your fans and being on your deathbed, which some false and bizarre reports have been claiming. And for the Osbourne family, this is understandably something that's going to frustrate them. You love your dad. You don't want to see people putting these fake reports out there. And so understandably, the great Kelly Osbourne has responded to this and is giving fans a look into what their family has to deal with people sending them some crazy shit, trying to explain to them about their own father's health. It's never easy watching a loved one deal with a serious illness. It's even harder when you have to do it in the public eye, with millions of people watching, speculating, and sometimes getting it completely wrong. And Kelly Osbourne has just about had enough. She recently went public with her frustration, putting one person on blast for spreading what she says is complete misinformation about her father, the legendary Ozzy Osbourne. The whole thing kicked off when Kelly received a private message on Instagram for someone who was questioning her understanding of Ozzy's battle with Parkinson's disease, and this person didn't hold back. They were essentially telling Kelly that she was in denial about her father's condition. The message she received read, "Kelly, do you understand how Parkinson's disease works? The fact that you keep saying your dad isn't dying just shows that you do not understand how Parkinson's disease works." It continued, "Parkinson's disease eventually stops people from breathing and functioning, and then they die from Parkinson's. If he's at stage 5 and he just said he doesn't feel good and his health is failing, you need to trust what he's saying, not what you're hoping." Now, you can imagine waking up to something like that. It's a message that's not just intrusive, but it's making some pretty big assumptions about Ozzy's specific diagnosis and what the family knows or doesn't know. And Kelly's response made it clear she's not going to let this slide. She took a screenshot of the exchange and posted it on her Instagram stories with her own fiery caption. She wrote, "This is the shit I wake up to. WTF is wrong with people." She then addressed the sender, saying, "Believe me, I fully understand how this works. Your message is so incredibly rude. So firstly, I want to tell you to go f*** yourself." But she didn't stop there. She went on to correct the specific claims the person was making about her father's health. She said, "He is not in stage 5. This is not the way his kind of Parkinson's works. You're a nasty for sending anyone a message like this. Stop watching AI-generated content and stop perpetuating the bullshit. I don't really respond to messages such as this, but you really piss me off. How dare you?" Her mention of AI-generated content is a key piece of this. It points to the bigger problem here. The sheer volume of fake information that gets created and spread online, which then leads people to the feeling like they're experts on this situation they actually know very little about. Of course, the public fascination and interest in Ozzy's health isn't new. He first revealed that Parkinson's diagnosis back in 2020, and in the years since, he's been very vocal about his struggles. He dealt with a progressive decline in his mobility and has had multiple surgeries to try and manage the symptoms. He's even talked about the loss of his ability to walk. This has obviously led to a lot of speculation, with rumors constantly swirling about how he's doing. But through it all, the family's tried to keep the narrative grounded in reality. Sharon Osbourne recently gave an update noting that while the disease has affected his legs, his voice is as strong as ever. This, of course, is a very important detail, as there is some talk that Ozzy could release new music in the future. Now, Ozzy recently said, "I've made it to 2025. For all my complaining, I'm still alive." So it's understandable that this would be frustrating for Ozzy's family, with people getting it wrong about his health condition. Even if they think they're coming from a good place, I'm sure they have a better understanding of this than anyone else could. Of course, they just put on this incredible and really iconic Back to the Beginning concert, really a moment in music history, and a special moment also for Kelly and Sid, with Sid popping the question backstage in front of Ozzy. Here's a little bit of that special moment.
"Kelly, you know I love you more than anything in the world." No, you're not married, boy, do it. Nothing would make me happier than to spend the rest of my life with you, in front of your family and all of our friends. Kelly, Will you marry me?
So again, it's great to hear that the family is staying on top of Ozzy's health, and he seems to be doing well, obviously riding high after that legendary final show. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Of course, be sure to subscribe and notifications on for the latest news and updates right here from Rockfeed.